Me and him gotta go at it. We gotta go at it. Hey, pal, don't pal me. Anyway, we're doing good, Minister Bruce.
Good.
Listen, what can we do with these poor people? That welfare. You're Minister of Social Development.
Yep.
These poor people that the welfare workers are forcing these people that turn 60 to get their pension out.
Oh yeah.
Now, and they deduct that off their welfare check, and then once they're 65, they get penalized for removing it.
Yes.
So how come people on welfare, 60, and with the coronavirus, they never receive 1 cent of help?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, again, just depending on the situation and who specifically you're talking to. I mean, again, we've been working with various, if they're people in nursing homes, with the PPE, personal protective equipment, and there's been wage subsidies, the 2,000 bucks a month, and a lot of people
Yeah,
take
we can't get
advantage
that.
of that. Anyways, so you got two different things going on. You've got response to COVID, which again the government has, stepped up and helped people get the virus.
But nobody got welfare.
But the other is, again, when it comes to social development assistance, there's various programs that people, whether it's housing or income or what, and any income is supposed to be reported, whether it's unearned income such as pension or income from working. It has to be reported, and that's
no question about it. But if you turn around, how come they don't say, okay, you're forced to take it to you? There's a guy in Charlotte County, I call him Jetro from the Beverly Hillbillies. His mama died, and the welfare contacted him in the woods and say, oh, he's so happy, he thinks he's going to collect a welfare check and his welfare at the same time. He doesn't know they're going to deduct this welfare check, and he'll be penalized. How come they don't say, okay, keep 50 bucks, keep 60 bucks, and if they appeal, they degrade you in front of the panel?
Again, a lot of different issues there that you're talking about. I can't talk about specific.
Different issues? That's ridiculous. Go ahead.
No, yeah, and if you work, you get to keep a certain portion. If you're disabled, it's 500. If you're not disabled, it's 150, and then there's a percentage. And I've committed in the legislature, I said it, that I'm willing to look at that policy. And
which one?
The clawback on income, and see if we can make that a better situation.
Because if they force you to take it when you're 60 years old,
that's pension. Now that's pension.
That's the pension.
Unearned income.
And you're most.
I'm talking about earned income.
Okay, but the pension, you're the most vulnerable. That you. Oh my God, the minister doesn't want me to be run down.
All right, I got to get back.
No, I know that. But if you turn around, the most vulnerable part of your life between 60 and 65. You can't afford the good food and never, because the bureaucrats of social development are going after the seniors, making sure they can eat properly. And at the end, when you're 65, okay, bye-bye, you're the province, the federal government responsibility. But then you're so weak, you're going to end up in the healthcare department in New Brunswick anyway.
Oh, I know.
So you just go from one department to another. Yeah. Why do these workers from social development hunting down seniors?
Oh, well, I think you're very... I don't agree with your premise that we're targeting seniors. We spend a lot of money and a lot of effort looking after seniors. I mean, when you look at nursing homes or special care homes, we've invested a lot of money in helping the seniors. So again, it's always good to talk. I got to get back in.
One more
the whip's going to whip me.
It's all right. Sorry. One more whip. One more whip. One more thing. Why do I get involved in these things?
I don't know. Because you're a good man. You're a good man.
Have a good weekend. Oh, not a good weekend, Thursday. Hey, Mike.
I'll see you later.
Right quick.
What's going on, man?
Did I hear they're spraying, they canceled the spraying in Maine?
I saw something, but I don't know whether they canceled it or whether it was put in front of the legislature, fully voted on or passed or whatever, but there was something.
So if they do it in Maine, will you acknowledge that it's about time that the Irvings are your master, that you refuse to cancel spraying here?
No. Well, you tell me this. Okay, you cancel spraying here. Are you going to stand up and...
Don't say the farmers. Go ahead.
No. I'm going to say, if you cancel spraying here, are you going to stand up and support doubling the clear cuts in New Brunswick?
Doubling the clear cuts? They canceled the spring in Quebec. They canceled the spring in Maine.
Yep.
So what's...
Yep. forest management agreements in Quebec are different than the forest management agreements in New Brunswick.
Why?
The forestry companies are still entitled to the wood, Charles. So you cancel spraying and you just doubled the clear cuts or more. Are you okay with that?
Well, if it poisons,
No, are you okay
if it
with-
poisons the animal in the river,
It doesn't.
You sure about that?
According to yes, absolutely.
According to Health Canada?
No, according to a variety of different sources. You know what? You take it. Okay, here's how I'm going to describe it. You got a headache. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
Exactly. You're going to go to a bottle. You're going to go out. You're going to take the prescribed amount, put it in. It's going to fix your headache. What would happen if you ate the whole bottle? You got a problem.
Overdose.
You got a problem.
Yeah.
Same thing. You use it according to the prescribed doses. It's effective, and it's not a poison in that regard. But stop it, and then come to me with a plan so I can still provide the same amount of wood that's contractually obligated to the forestry companies, and not double the clear cuts in New Brunswick.
Well, now we're getting into a complicated issue.
Imagine it is a complicated issue. So you tell me, you bring me a plan where you can stop any form of herbicide treatment and not double the clear cuts, and meet the obligation to the forestry companies that are contractually in place.
Who told you all this? Mr. Irving?
No, it's a common.
I'm laughing here, but
It's common knowledge. It's the forestry management agreements. They're in place. They're legally binding, and we've allocated a volume of wood. And for you to, and before you say just rip them up, you can't rip them up. We'd wind up in court, and then you'd be mad at me for spending taxpayer dollars on a case that we're going to lose. So at the end of the day, wood's allocated, and what I'm doing is I'm using herbicide as a way to keep to meet the allocated volume with the smallest area. You take that away, you're doubling.
if Maine in the capitalist system, there's not more capitalism than the States, and Maine is banning spraying, wouldn't that say in the future that any product that the government is spraying, they will cancel? They will cancel.
Listen to the language banning aerial spraying. Aerial spraying.
Yeah.
It's not the only way to do it. Charles.
No, but I mean, anyone that uses this spray from now on could be maybe boycott from entering the States. You think that could happen?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether that would translate into the States. That's a whole other different set of rules.
When you get in there, could you find out about Maine and send me a link and see what's going on?
Yeah, I can. I can get the. I've seen a couple of links going around this morning, but I haven't dug into it. But at the end of the day, Quebec did it for political reasons, and they're
political reason. What was the political reason?
They burned a helicopter up there.
Oh, okay.
And so Maine says, okay, well, we're going to stop spraying. Well, guess what? Their forestry industry is down over 30%. So guess what? What would happen if I came in and said, we did that, and oh, now it's costing us another 30% to grow the trees? I'd be in trouble for that, right?
Are you trying to tell me this is a no-win situation?
A lot of areas, absolutely, it's a no-win situation. And I've said this before. There's contractual obligations that we have, and we have to meet them. And I have to do them in a way that protects and conserves the largest amount of area so that we can do diverse things with forestry. And whenever I hear somebody say, rip it up or just stop it, that fixes everything, we got a lot bigger problems in forestry than spraying. A lot bigger.
Like what?
A lot bigger. With the way that we manage the balance between conservation
and clear cutting
and protection, right? So it's an uneducated perspective to simply say stop spraying and it fixes everything. That's not true.
You must be bored. Question period. Nobody's asking any questions.
I know.
You're past your time here, Mr. ADHD. You must really enjoy this. Okay, send me a link about Maine.
I will.
Thank you. 2 minutes, there's the price of one, so let's find out what's going on in Maine. You see, you asked a question, no editing, they tell you, and there we'll find out the facts. So, did they cancel the spraying in Maine? And if they did, should they do the same here? That nice, no crystal met. Nobody walking around on crystal met.